That's absolutely crazy. I would love to see vileHawk get 9 more supply and then push, but it looks like he's just going to go for it. These Banelings just rolling to the Watchtower. Will they continue? But it looks like Hawk is just satisfied with just hanging out at the Watchtower all game.
Yeah, I just queued up every single base that Hawk actually has, and he has 76 total larvae saved up, so he can almost remax pretty quickly. Maybe he's just waiting so he can do that 300 push, waiting for a little bit more larva. I'm not too certain, or he could just be playing around. I think with both are viable possibilities because there was a decent amount of hate between these teams. He might just be liking that he controls the whole map while his opponent thinks that he's in the game, but really he is very much not so. He does have the third base up, and a lot of people do claim that Protoss on 3 base is pretty overpowered, but that being said, the main is mined out, and he just lost a Warp Prism right in the middle of the map there.
Looks like spine crawlers are going to try to send us a message right now. Looks like F seems to be the key. It seems to be the first thing going out. And looks like FU, so the maturity in these games is just second to none. Who would have thought that, Texas versus Arizona? But FU being spelled out, some pros in the middle of the map. Not sure how they got there or what they were doing. But the F seems to be the strong point of this word, as the U is tiny in comparison. But regardless, with these kind of representing cities, provinces, states, and all that, we see a lot of spelling going on in the middle of the map. And looks like a C is going on, and actually having to spread more creep so he can get down more spine crawlers.
Oh my god, look at all these Banelings that just morphed in. That is just a sea of green. And yeah, more buildings being morphed in by vileHawk here. He is not going to let his team be embarrassed at all in this match, at least. And yeah, he just spelled out one word that I'm probably not allowed to say on this stream, so I'm just gonna leave it to the viewers to understand exactly what that's saying. I really don't know what is going through James's head right now, because like, his mothership just came out. That's awesome, but I don't know how well it's gonna do. There is not a lot that can actually shoot up for Hawk, but he could remax with anything, I believe. Well, he actually doesn't have... I'd like him to just throw the tech down for everything right now, just so in case he needs to remax, he can just remax with whatever units he'd like. But yeah, he's actually used... How many drones? He has 44 drones left, and he's only spelled out, I believe, half of what he is trying to spell. Unless he just wants to say, fuck the world, I have no idea. Yeah, who knows, maybe that's exactly his intention. But huge engagement coming down here. I think we are seeing... Oh my god, that is just so many Banelings. These Storms are definitely doing a good job here, but everything is gone. Was there a recall?
No,
I thought I saw something there. That was weird, though. No, there was definitely not any sort of energy usage by that mothership. But I think James does realize how far out of this game he actually is. Yeah.
68 lings in production right now, and a storm going on all of the stalkers actually, but it looks like these lings are going to get a full surround and able to do a ton of damage, but a vortex going down, so a ton of lings in a vortex. You usually don't see that too often. But the supply count actually right now is very similar. Watching the production tab, it's completely blank right now.
They actually have very close in minerals as well. 101 workers for our Protoss player, but I just don't see him being able to move out here to take another expansion. And the word does continue on the bottom of the map here, I believe, as more spine crawlers are going up.
Now, do you know exactly what he's spelling down there? It kind of looks like that's
I think,
an
yeah,
A.
it's Arizona. It's definitely Arizona.
Oh, yeah, okay, I see now. A-R-I. There we go, okay.
I don't think he's going to be able to spell the whole thing, though. That's just my guess, but who knows. He can basically drag this out for as long as he wants until James just wants to leave. So James is like, oh god, look at all these spine crawlers, all these speedlings coming in. Will we see another vortex? No, he doesn't actually have enough energy for the vortex even. But look at all those speedlings. Good god.
So many speedlings, 24 in production, 144 on the map. That's way too many. That's just so many speedlings. They actually have 3-3. They've got the crackling upgrade and everything. Is there an overseer? 2 overseers. So I'm hungry and I want to go get some food. So hopefully we see a win soon. Hawk running in here, tons of lings, getting a full surround, storms going down. But you know what? Archons are pretty good against Zerglings.
Yeah, they're actually really good, and I think he's just warming up to do some sort of Archon toilet here, but I really don't think it's going to be enough. I think this game was over a long time ago, and one Spinecrawler actually just died there for being off creep for too long. Now the creep is actually spreading from those creep tuners. All the queens are actually grouped up there, and are we going to see a Vortex? I don't think he should do it yet. If he wants to do it, he should do it when all that army does get re-maxed, but we do see vileHawk actually going down to 94 supply to 170. If I didn't know how many bases vileHawk had here, I would think he's almost in a losing position, but I'm hoping he just remaxes soon.
Dude, I'm hoping the opposite. I want to see James win.
Yeah, that actually is quite hilarious. And he actually is moving all these Spinecrawlers. He's like, oh no, I might be in trouble here.
Yeah, you know, he might be feeling a little bit of the stress. Just with the huge BM spelling out those words, I would love to see James come back and win this. I think it would be incredibly ironic. Although he's only mining off one base right now, so he does need to expand again. But this fall, these Archons are pretty darn good. Looking at the production tab, there's nothing right now for Hawk. It's completely blank for Hawk.
Yeah, and I think James is actually just going to start running around bases and just killing bases. And still nothing in production here. Is he waiting for... He's actually building an Ultralisk Cavern.
Ooh.
I don't agree with that either. Just because I think a good way to lose games is by building Ultralisk Caverns.
Oh, I wanted that joke.
Yeah, I totally stole it from you. You're the one who said that to me. I'm definitely going to take that. But yeah, 52 lings are on the way here, and he's just gonna... James is gonna run around cleaning up these bases, but I still don't think he's gonna be able to come back. I actually, to be honest with you, anything can happen with a mothership on the map. Could just see a giant Archon toilet with all the Ultralisks. But who knows?
Look at the supply right now.
Yeah, I know, right?
It's maxed.
Yeah, I don't know, and he's 3-3 now too. With a Vortex ready. Is he getting close to this one time at Bandcamp? He almost has enough for 2 Vortexes, so that's 2 Archon toilets. That would be pretty massive.
Now the Ultralisk Cavern is done, getting up that extra armor for those Ultralisks right away, but still not producing anything. He might just try to mass produce Ultralisks. That would be pretty interesting, but yeah, he's just running around, taking out bases. There's actually only one mining base. It's actually the 3rd for Hawk right now. I would love to see our Protoss player try and hold an expansion now. I'm not sure if he can, but I think one more base would do really well for him. The Archon's moving in here, doing a ton of damage, actually losing a bit, because there's just so many Spinecrawlers right here, it's ridiculous.
Yeah, trying to kill that cuss word for sure. I don't even think he realizes that it is a cuss word. I think he's just kind of rolling through these. But this is exactly what I wanted Hawk to do a long time ago. Just run those speedlings right. Well, he's actually killing a cannon. I kind of expected him to run right by. Just kill the main and natural. But either way, doing damage is what he needs to do. This mothership is just slowly but surely making its way over. We see 9 Ultralisks in production right now. So if he can land a huge toilet, there is no money in the bank for vileHawk. This could get very interesting very quickly.
Neural Parasite on the way, but not a single infestor on the map or in production. So needs to get out those infestors so they can use the spell. That's being researched. This mothership needs to get here and cloak her units. There we go, but there's actually an Overseer here. Interesting, using those cloaks to make those Spinecrawlers useless. It's really easy to see when they're cloaked or not. The Spinecrawlers just stop hitting. And Ultralisk being produced right now. Looking at the food tab, it is 196 to 124. Looks like there's a big speedling run by a Nisto that killed the 3rd.
Yeah, and actually a bunch of Dark Templars being warped in to deal with it, and there is definitely no detection here, so he should be able to clean it up, but just juking back and forth here, seeing how many Ultras there is, he is deciding to go home to try and kill off the rest of these Speedlings, and these Speedlings are going to try and retreat here. I think vileHawk might just be realizing that he could be in trouble if this Ultralisk attack doesn't work.
Yeah, trying to go for that run by, I think, is kind of a sign of desperation right now. He's only mining on the one base, like we talked about. He only actually has 2 workers mining gas right now at those bases. Oh, he does have some gas coming in from his natural, and his main has 16 gas if he feels like going back and getting that 16 gas out of there. But you know what? I'm rooting for James right now. I'd love to see him win, but he can't even drop a base at his third because there's no minerals there. So his income is about 100 minerals right now. And that's not what we want to be. He does have the harvesters, but he really needs to secure a base. Would love to see him secure this, I was going to call it the gold, but it's not a gold because of this custom map. On the ladder it's gold, but it looks like he is going to be there. And man, if James wins this is going to be crazy.
Yeah, I would definitely call it insane. I would create a word to call this match because it has been so, yeah, that word. But there is, how many infestors do we have here? 13 infestors. Ooh. If he can land a good neural on that mothership before Vortex goes down, this could just be over in a split second. But if a Vortex goes down on all those infestors, oh my god, they wake up in a toilet of Archons and bam, they're just dead. So, this could go either way. This is turning out to be quite a bit closer than I thought it was going to be.
9 Ultralisk on the field. Not very good against Immortals. Immortals actually good, very good against Ultralisk, but there's only 1 right now. And really not much in production by either player as they don't have a lot of money and they're not making a lot of money. So this game is kind of crazy. If vileHawk loses this, he definitely threw it away, in my opinion, right now. But you know what? James stayed in the game. I remember we were talking about earlier, kind of like, ha ha ha, why is James even staying?
Yeah, I kind of hate myself for saying that now.
Well, you know what? That you were talking about that though. That 3 base can be very powerful for Protoss, and he really showed us the strength of that. Something that really held him back was that huge Ling run by. It can be very, very hard to deal with, and the Lings are just so quick. I really feel like they can just be in multiple places at one time, and really, that's what was holding James back.
These cloud of probes just coming out to saturate the space. If he can hold his base, that could be a game changer, actually. If he can start getting some minerals and max out and then have enough to even produce more once he does have this engagement that inevitably will hit, I promise you people, there will be an end battle here. I do not expect someone to just leave this game, but it has been going on for 37 StarCraft minutes, so this is definitely a long game, that's for certain.
Needs to get the gas at this new base of his. Hopefully he gets that as quickly as possible, as his gas income is 0 right now, and he only has 79, so he will realize that in a moment. Hopefully sooner than later. I'd hate for that to really be his demise. And, oh, yeah, it looks like, oh, feedback, killing 2 infestors. Nice job there, trading 2 infestors. Oh, might even get an Ultralisk. No, just kind of shooting one a little, doing a little bit of damage. Those Ultralisks, they do have 5 armor, which is pretty good. There we go. Both gas finally going down for James.
Yeah, and I think, was that 2 infestors? I think that might have been 3, but to be honest with you, it doesn't really matter because we have 3 more just popping out. We have a total of 25 infestors on the map. He's going to be able to just create an army just with those alone. So, oh my goodness, that is a lot of infestors. Infestors... 25 infestors, 9 ultras, and 36 lings. That is a decent comp, if you ask me. If you replace those ultras with broodlords, though, I think that they might actually like corrupt or broodlord. I think that might be a better combo, just because I don't personally like ultras that much. But vileHawk may be able to make this work. He's not exactly maxed, though.
Mothership! What is the mothership doing?
Where? I don't even.
It's actually neural parasite. It's in the 3rd right now of our Zerg, and it's neural parasited right now? Yeah, a bunch of infested Terran going down. What happened to this mothership?
I guess he was going to try and do a mass recall there, and then he just neural parasites it, waste both vortexes, and then, wow.
Damn. Looks like vileHawk actually spelled Arizona in creep tumors.
Oh,
so
he did.
Not losing his humor right now, but going to push as there's no mothership. Storm going down. James could be in trouble. Decent Storm, but there's about 1 billion infestors right now. I even heard of feedback, but is it going to be enough? The slicing pincers of these Ultralisks are going through everything right now. The supply is plummeting for James, and looks like vileHawk still has a pretty good chance in this game, as 2 pages of Infested Terran are actually not doing much. They need an attack move towards the base.
Yeah, 3 pages now, but yeah, like you were saying, need to actually move those out, but I almost shed a tear there for James, just because I thought he had a bit of a chance in this game, and then that mothership trying to be